Alright folks, welcome back. It is day 37. Hello there, Peregrine. Alright, so today is our day 3. So we're responsible for our 2 sets today. It'll be a short session of Shashingo, the shortest of the 4-day cycle, right? And tomorrow is our rest day. Get right into it. Gotta go say hi to... Oh yeah, and I realized that I'm guessing the sprinting speed changed too. That's why you're so much faster. I was reading the patch notes. We say hi to the little guy up there, right? Oh yeah, he run noticeably faster. We gotta get our emotional support. 2 pets for all the little goobers. Except for the one that's a stranger up in the stairs. Yep, we're just gonna stare. Okay. Alright. Oh, the little guy. Little goobers. And then Inu-chan. Scratchy, scratchy. Alright. So where are our sets? Our sets are here. And over there. Alright. Let's start this. Okie dokie. Don't mind my hands going crooked. Okay. Oh, Hoji. Hoji. Yikes. Anzen. Anzen. Urusai. Okay. Kumitateru. Hmm. Too far. Okay. I think. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know if there's a stroke there. We'll keep it though. 주차죠. 注射注射する。吐く狭い狭いokay. 精肉店 Yeah, I know. The awning also has that written now that I think about it. And it says Gyu Naka Seinikten probably. Right. Yeah. Hiru? Hiru? Shinsen. Ohio, Valentine. Genki desu. Valentine wa? Valentine-san wa? Gakkou wa dou desu ka? Daigaku? Daigaku wa? Let's see. Anas. Okay. Super. Nagasu. Arupaito. Arupaito. はい。今日の guessing that's probably 授業。授業は面白かった。面白かった。大学、OK。大学生です。そう、そう。あ、わかりました。It's nice that her class was interesting. Good to hear. Good to hear. Where am I? Oopa. You don't happen to take Japanese at university, do you? Oh. Okay. Suika. Suika. Banana. Ringo. Mikan. The coolest thing I learned today was back in the day, in order to get a patient a rigid contact lens, they would use some sort of putty and a glass cup thing to make a literal mold of the eye. Oh, that is a fun fact. Sounds very uncomfortable, and sadly, no, I don't think my college offers any Japanese. This is all self-study for now. Oh, okay. I believe, and speaking of contact lenses, yeah, contact lenses are an incredibly old, much far older than most people expect. Although, granted, the first plastic contact, before they, back not before, they used to make like actual those molds and whatnot. The first plastic contact lens was like in the 60s. Like the current process is still from the 30s, sorry, from the 30s, and then contact lenses date back to like at least even 200 years ago, like 1800s. Like the technology anyways, and I believe German, probably, as far as it goes. I suppose I think it was of German design. Oh, I was kind of slightly talking about this with when I was catching up with one of my best friends, because he had a son. He's become very infatuated with photography, and what more at an intersection than lenses, right? Maybe not particularly camera lenses, but that goes way back as well. I only have cursory knowledge of these things, though. That's as far as I go. It's a coincidence that you brought up contact lenses. Kudamono. Pretty incredible stuff. Yeah, it's all bending light at the end of the day. Whatever. Whether that's for a camera sensor or the retina. Indeed. Indeed. Kudamono. Juksuru. Okay. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry, had to sneeze. Ne, okay. Let's try doing that again. Yawada Kai. Jockey. I haven't asked you, have I, Valentine? So, where are you, do you have opportunities to use your Japanese at all? Like, how are you going about, what do you want to use it? What were your motivations and whatnot at the time? What fancies you? Oh my. Marui. Okay, let's double check this one. I think we're getting pretty comfortable with this. Yes, there is a stroke. Okay, excellent. Okay. Oh. All right. Let's move on to the next one. That's actually a great question. Why am I investing all this time into learning it? I live in the western end of New York State, whereas you can probably imagine there aren't many Japanese. I can imagine. I live even more west. Or actually, no, you and I probably live in the same kind of westerly. Actually, you might be more west than I am. I'm in the Pennsylvania. I'm south of you. And depending on how far west, you might actually be more west than I am. And yes, I have not had the privilege of meeting any Japanese person per se that spoke Japanese. I've met Kate from my time around, like moving around because of education and stuff. I've met second gens. However, the second gens don't typically have a preference for speaking Japanese. You've had a lifelong interest in Japanese culture and media. Very, I can empathize with that. And the language is a beautiful thing to you. Likewise, as well as it's just plain fun. Fair enough. And one day you would like to visit Japan and use it to an extent. I could actually maybe impress a native with it. That just sounds fun. I think if you say anything to a native, they would probably give you that impression. Perhaps go into the nightlife, walk into a izakaya, and strike up a week-long friendship or perhaps a month-long friendship, depending on your stay when you have the opportunity in the future. All right. Well, let's do our next one. This is our current one. So, what did we pep up yesterday? How did we pep this up yesterday? Start by drawing a blank, because that's what I do best. Right. Ninjin, right? Ninjin. You've also totally started at Jet with longing burning in your soul. So many paths in life to go, or wouldn't want a little country home. Who wouldn't want a little country home in Chiba or Saitama, right? Yeah, I could imagine. Or dare I say Okinawa. And then for the winter lovers, perhaps some place in Hokkaido, on the outskirts of Hokkaido. Have you seen? I imagine you've watched Miyazaki films, right? When I think about like a small little thing, when I think about like a country home, My Neighbor Totoro, right? My Neighbor Totoro. Yeah, that's the life. Okay. Ninjin. Ninjin. This is my weakest from yesterday, right? Ninjin. Yes. Although, with that said, a place in the current state I reside, anything outside of the 3 cities, to elicit that type of westernized version of that countryside. So I am in a retirement area, a fairly affluent retirement area, where suburbs flanked by farmland and mountains, rivers, and lakes. No shoreline though. No shoreline. Where one of the classical recreations is hiking. Yes, Tenko Teki. Tenko. This one gave me so much trouble yesterday, and it still continues to give me trouble today. That's okay though. We got it. Oh, that first stroke is too long. It ruined everything. Wait. Oh, that's why it looks weird. Hold up. Actually this. Just kidding. Oh no! I had it! And now I'm drawing a blank. At least you've got a couple of great lakes to kayak on. Ooh, yeah, hiking's okay. I see. Decent trails. Same for the farmland, I guess. But still, Japan? Yeah, yeah. Hang on. I'm gonna go with that. Tai by Sulu. Son of a bee sting. Uh... Nope. Daikon. Yasai. Kaberu. Hmm. Hiru. Hiru. Okashi. 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 Hmm. Amai. Wait. Just kidding. Oishi. Makeru. No, wakeru. Wakeru. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, right. Tamago. Wait. Uh. Oh, I'm not so sure about that one either. Water. Probably the box. I'm gonna let it go for now. Oh, water. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know the ending actually to this. You. Yeah? Do? You did it? We'll go with that. You did it. It sounds okay. Deru, Yukuru. Okay. Marui. Okay. Hmm. Toilet. Go. Paper. Yawarakai. I'm gonna sneeze. Boy. Alright. Hmm. Uwadu. Marui. Where do I go from here? Huh. Oh. Right. Sakura. Sakura. Saku. Kirei. Hanami. Inu. Fua fua. Naderu. Oh, this might not be Deru. Because I was thinking of Naderu probably. That's fine. Naderu. Don't know. We'll soon find out. We're at the end. How... Udo. Udo. Boru. Udo boru. Ippai. Aku. Itanai. Alright. What's the damage, Chief? Kinda struggled on Daikon. The struggles. Daikon. Okay, that was okay. Zaibai Suru was okay. This time around. Oh, it is Deru. Neat. Oh, I even guessed Waru. Okay. Wow, we got all of them. Surprise, surprise. I actually thought I might have dropped one or two. I think the weakest one was Yuderu. Waru. Waru is pretty weak. And Bai in Saibai. Saibai Suru was fairly weak too. Daikon was weak. Yeah, feel good though. We barely spent 20 minutes. Alright. Let's roam around a little bit for... We'll do it one more time. Let's do both of them one more time actually. And then we're gonna swap gears. This is the shortest of the days outside my break day, which is the shortest because I don't do anything related to it. Okay. Yeah, right. Good old writing. Writing. How powerful you are. Mada. Oku. Ooh, I don't know that one. Wasureru. Used to wasureru. Oh, that's forget. Yeah, wasureru. Yeah, oku, a lot. Mada, still. Mada. And then I have oi. So oku. Which is funny, you use oku because oku is the current unit's grammar point in Duolingo. When they were doing toi, like toku, like, and like hayaku and stuff. So naturally, when I saw oi and you wrote oku, I got the context of that. Yeah, adverb fun. Yeah, it was implicit. Obviously, most of Duolingo things are implicit, but you kind of just put it together at this point. Like, oh, hey, oh, okay, it's an adverb because you already know what it has to mean, right? But I have not had the predicate for wasureru yet. Oftentimes, though, because of the way Duolingo exposes you to like over 2,000 vocabulary before you start leaning on kanji. The nice thing is most of the resources that have furigana allows you to learn the kanji by context. Typed wasureru, it pretty much removed all doubt. That's a really interesting icon, kanji character for wasureru. I haven't. It has like help kind of in it, and then it has something that deals with like ports and stuff, and like a pan and like a so I can think of like this character, if you introduce it to something like this or this. I've seen that before. And then this is like at the bottom of a lot of things, so I'm really struggling to grasp grammar. At least I feel that way as I continue jamming vocab and kanji into your smooth brain. You're doing great. Yeah, I enjoy it as well. The whole vocab and stuff. Figuring out stuff is pretty kind of fun when you have the pieces. I think vocab and kanji goes a long way when you actively try to discover the grammar through your vocab and kanji, and that's more or less what the reason why that's effective right now is, because that's the approach that I have most familiarity with because of SRS, right? It's not how I would go about it. That's not how I acquired English to some extent in the later stages. Well, I will probably end up making a transition, but as a kid, that's how I excelled at my aptitude for English. Most of the time, it was the interest of using those pieces and putting it together that was efficacious on my part. My enthusiasm for grammar was largely possibly a consequence of being displaced by the need or motivation to acquire a large vocabulary in kanji. I would have never guessed you're not a native English speaker. Oh, no. I mean, technically I am a native English speaker though. I don't want to give anyone the impression I'm not. It is my first learned language. It's not my first spoken language. So when you're talking about native English speaker, probably not entirely true. I would be kind of misleading if I said that I almost exclusively speak English. Reading though and writing, largely English. I don't think I've written anything outside of English until now. Oh, and what I mean by that is, sorry, I'm talking about my childhood. Sorry, that's a little misunderstanding. I didn't clarify. I'm talking about my childhood because the only point of reference I have right now on how to learn a language is based off of the one that I have learned the most, right? Which is English. Spanish was used in the same approach. You're exposed to vocabulary, and then you wrote memory through. Pretty much my only experience with language learning is formal before self-study, and it's still, it used to be my preferred way of learning because that was the single strategy you built at least if you go to school and stuff, especially in the United States, the approach to learning things tend to be very similar across the board until you like leave high school. Then you start getting challenged to understand how to diversify and understand that there are more approaches to learning than that. And as you grow older in an academic setting, you've learned that there are many different approaches to learning. And then starting Duolingo basically kicked me back to high school, which makes me think about it. Think about how I used to learn things, like English. English would be one of them. That's how I learned English when I was growing up. Vocabulary, tons of vocabulary. Just the words themselves provide puzzle pieces, and then the grammar is your reward. You get to put them all together. It's like the glue that holds all your pieces. The vocabulary are the pieces. So you'd be like reading books and sentences like, oh, I know what this word means and this word means. So if you put them together, they must mean this. And then the sentences kind of come together at some point. And that's, in my opinion, very old school. And that's more or less what Duolingo still follows. The childhood approach, the child approach, the growing adolescent approach. Now that I really recall the past, I do remember those small vocabulary books we worked on constantly in early English classes. I know, right? And of course, all the fun grammar sites. Yeah. And grammar comes so much later. Like, in actuality, like you really start diving into like sentence diagramming, usage notes, and when you hit high school. So even then, it's kind of interesting because in the United States, largely that's when you also pick up a foreign language, like sometimes, French, English, or German kind of thing, right? That's when I started Spanish in high school, and that is, I still apply that same strategy today, where once you learn the fundamentals and you're in a track of discovering new vocabulary, which then you actively solve puzzles, as in learn the grammar as you go, you integrate another language, because that language, those two learning processes can interact with each other. That's very similar to learning biology and then starting chemistry the next year. And then you learn even more biology while learning chemistry. And then chemistry leads to physics. So that's kind of the, and I know not everyone sees these connections, and the moment you don't see the connection or you don't integrate all the information into a bigger picture, the less likely that you'll be able to retain the subject matter, because it becomes less interdisciplinary. It becomes compartmentalized. So it's kind of like people who learn a second language and treat Spanish, for example, as a separate thing from their English. In my opinion, this is my personal opinion. If English and Spanish do not interact with each other, then the incentive to retain your Spanish while moving forward, once Spanish is stopped teaching, then you will naturally not use it anymore and quote unquote forget the stuff, right? So usually my approach to retaining most of my skills, at least all the skills that are important to me, is actively trying to get them to interact with each other. So if I like video games, I'll think about what the video game is going to be like in Japanese or Chinese or Spanish. If not the language itself, maybe something that deals with the language itself, like culture and whatnot. It keeps you constantly trying to engage with your current knowledge to reinforce it. Obviously, reviewing brings a lot of that stuff back, so I'm looking forward to my Spanish reviews, or when I start the Spanish course. And Duolingo is a fine place. Actually, of all the things, we're kind of going to a gold standard now of Duolingo, which is the Spanish course. So we'll see. We'll see how the flagship compares to like the secondaries. Alright, that's enough like space. So now we can like go back and see if I've forgotten anything again. Alright. Yeah, I learned very, very differently. And without saying too much more, Duolingo reminded me of a bygone era in my life. Not really that far, I'm not that old. But it reminded me of how I used to learn, and it's quite fun. It's like really engaging. I said this like maybe the first month or two to another person. It feels like I'm young again. Like the way they go about introducing things is as though you have de-aged. Like you toss out all the complex requirements that you need. Lots of kids still, in my opinion, fall into this pit of despair when it comes to trying to make a tool bend to their preference as opposed to using the tool for what it excels at. For example, things going too slow. That's I would beg to differ that it's going too slow, but rather not in the way they're comfortable. Like for example, when someone says, oh, this lesson is going too slow. I learned all these words in like, I don't know, a lesson of Duolingo, for example. My guess is if I put a piece of paper in front of them and ask them after they finished the unit, which it takes them like 40 minutes, I will put a piece of paper in front of them tomorrow and see how much they actually remember. And I'm gonna say, roughly speaking, depending on how quickly they went through it, which is probably very fast, they'll retain like less than 50% of it. And it's very much like school. So those kids that I'm referring to, when they're like going into university, is like they're still using the same approach. They go through it, know that they have enough context clues to remember it, and hope that by the time exam comes, there's enough context clues in the question and the, clues around it in order to clue them in. And this comes with vigorous, regular reviewing over and over again. It's insane how effective SRS actually is in building those connections. That's why it's so slow. I thought the same thing when I started Wanikani, and now I see why it is. Yeah. And that type of feeling is incredibly alien the older you get. if you know what I mean. Because you know, you're not necessarily required to know and develop a foundation of abstract ideas anymore. Most adults will build on the intuitions that they have since ever. So you only go through it. You technically, for most, it's sufficient just to go through it once, only once, and you no longer have to redefine that. So the slowness is coming from the idea that you're investing and reinvesting in a thinking process that you haven't done in a long time. And that's the irony here, because the running joke was people thought I was speed running Duolingo because I spent a lot of time on Duolingo. When in fact, those people that said that, they blast through Duolingo faster than me. What takes me like 6 hours to get through Duolingo, it takes them like 15 minutes. Like 15 minutes. And here I'm thinking, boy, I don't even I'm like spending 6 hours trying to even remember this stuff for tomorrow. Like tomorrow I have to recall this. Every single day when I get on stream, my first thought is, okay, stream starting. What are the 20 plus things that were in that I just did yesterday? Like, can I even do it? Meanwhile, the people who are blasting through it's like, oh, I see it. Now I know what it is. I see it again. I know what it is. It's like, yes, that's knowing when supplied with the exact context that you learned it first. That is context aided learning. And that's super, super powerful. By the way, super powerful. That's why, in my opinion, when you go to Japan and you're always talking to the same Japanese person, or you're talking to multiple Japanese person, and you continue to thrive in those situations, that provides the situation, the context. It's encoding. It's supporting your encoding. Now, for me, you could say I'm wasting my time creating the context out of thin air, right? Like, if Duo doesn't provide me the context, then it fails as a tool. That is the mindset of the mature, adult, very extended learning process, right? And that's why I think I agree with most people. A tool with context, or going to Japan and listening to natives speak in context, is easily the most effective way to learn something. Now, there is something to be said about how well someone retains something when they remove the stimulus. Now, there's learning a lot of things passively. It's kind of like a person who watches anime for 20 years and haven't noticed the linguistic patterns of Japanese sounds, right? That's passive learning or passive listening. So when you turn on an anime, they'll be like, oh yeah, this situation, it's pretty much this. Something awkward happened here, without comprehending anything about the language itself. You can feel it. That's a lot of passive learning. And active learning involves, self-construct. Like, when you end up having to output, one of the last steps is to construct. So you can't necessarily construct everything if you're completely dependent on a situation to come up. In my opinion, you can take in so much input, and then when those situations come up, you'll be prepared to output. And then when you do the output, then it feeds back on learning. And that's kind of where the magic happens, right? And I'm kind of not there. Like, what I mean is, I don't even want to tackle that at the moment. My natural inclination is I'm outputting to solve things, even in the beginning. I like to mix it up so I don't get bored and complacent about constantly taking in input. Because if you're constantly taking in input, it's like that's great. Hopefully it pays out one day. Not quite my jam. So I output with my input pretty much non-stop. Speedrunning is your downfall without super. Rip. Oh, wait. Oh, without super? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Alright. Now let's do this. And then we'll end our Shashingo session. These are, I'm not saying that I know any secrets or anything. I know that this gives me great joy and satisfaction when I do this. So I am far more willing to give up hours for this type of enjoyment. And it provides a skill that is unmatched in this day and age, in my opinion. Whether it's valuable or not, that's to the beholder, but I can write Japanese. The idea is you ask yourself, is it valuable? And most of the time it's like, if it's not valuable to you, I understand why you wouldn't write Japanese. It's quite valuable to you. What the heck is this Pikachu thing? Pika ramen. Are you actually eating ramen right now? Genki is a surprisingly informative textbook. It's one of the gold standards for English speakers. Yeah, it's a gold standard textbook. At least by the masses. Yeah, Genki. And then if you want to branch out from Genki ends for the time being. So Blair, when you, just as a foreshadowing, minna no nihongo is the follow-up. It's a bridge, sort of. So this becomes like this is entirely, I guess this is entirely in Japanese. And it's a textbook series that goes on to forever. To like the most advanced learning things. So if you love Genki, and it works out really, really well, it kind of ends. So the Genki series ends fairly early on. And then Minna no Nihongo takes over, really. Oh no, here comes the Kyowa. I'll show you a Kyowa. Ooh, okay. Quality. I would love having more reference material. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not, I haven't used the reference material, but lots of fellow Japanese language learners keep like comparing the two. However, all I see is a natural transition. So whenever you want to give up the English, the convenient English of Genki, you can go to Minna Nihongo anytime. Like the transition is whenever you feel comfortable with just reading a textbook entirely in Japanese. Like if you have enough foundational Japanese to start learning with the Japanese. So anytime is pretty okay. それはでしたね。僕の娘は quartet. Yes. I don't know what How does that go from, oh, when you're just saying it's the afternoon, kind of the evening, I guess. I don't know what quartet means in that context. Quartet. What are you trying to say? Oh. Is it like the name of the thing? Is that another textbook? Oh, okay. Interesting. Quartet, huh? I haven't heard about it. You're the first one who mentioned it. Okay. Is it in Japanese? Or is it in English? Like, is it a bilingual thing? Or a monolingual? Oh, okay. That has English. That's the English meanings. I see. You know what's funny about this character? I mean, I'm guessing it means meaning. Because this means meaning in Chinese as well. If that is the character for meaning. 私は you something を食べる know what that is. Something dealing with made the eating, describing the eating. Let's see. Uh, okay, that's probably gyudon. I'm gonna guess that's don. I only know the gyu part. So gyudon. So 私は牛丼を食べる. And then I don't know what that character is. The she, whatever the adjective is. Oh, is it Hoshi desu? Oh, Hoshi. And then I don't know what the is that kudasai. It's probably kudasai. So 私は牛丼を食べるし No, maybe? Hoshi kudasai. I don't know the last thing. But I get it. You want to eat a beef bowl. Please. If that's I don't know how to I don't know what the last thing is. I guess it's please or something. Oh, okay. I haven't seen kudasai written like that. How interesting. So I learned two new characters. Apparently this is kudasai. Interesting. And Hoshi probably. Because the only she in this context, like she in this context of kudasai, is gotta be want. Interesting. So that's 3 characters that I don't know, but there was enough context to know what they are. Neat. Oh, to think or to believe. I see. Oh, to think, to believe. Okay, that checks out. Interesting. The more you know. It's a journey, indeed. Uru side. Isn't it great when you can put the pieces together? Grammar is okay. You guys like keep the. It's nice that you guys keep like the grammar to enough relational things that can kind of just link all the vocabularies together. So you're saying there's English, you believe there's English. 英語だけで Omo. Ode. Omoi. Oh, omoima. Omo. Yeah. Holy. Hmm. And to say always needs a quoting particle. Oh, so that's what the O is. Quoting particle. That makes sense. I see. Ah. Tori niku. Wait, tori niku? I didn't realize you could just tori it with tori. You like chicken? Or you love chicken? Chicken meat? Tori niku? I didn't realize you just put bird next to niku for chicken meat. Yeah, tori. That's... I wouldn't have thought about that. Which says that you said or are thinking. The tense gave it away for thinking or saying or meaning or something like that. The tense gave it away when you had imas. Is chicken the only meat in English where we don't have a different name for the animal versus the meat? That's a good question. Fish. Does that count? Because fish is still fish. Okay, that counts. Okay, yeah. But that's a good point though. Like cattle, cow, and you have beef, right? Oh yeah, and turkey. Oh, that's a good one. Turkey. Oh, and that happens to be a bird too. Yeah, we don't call... Yeah, but deer has venison, right? Deer has venison. What are the other ones that have like different names? Poultry. Oh yeah, that's right. Poultry is the... Oh. Technically, you could use poultry. Fish. I think fish is probably the other... Like, I don't think... Seafood? Oh yeah, but you could say seafood as opposed to fish. I actually think English probably has different names, honestly. In the long run, I think they're just very wildly different words. That's shellfish. But I guess clams and lobsters would be categorized under seafood, huh? But you could call them shellfish as opposed to clam. But that's a grouping. Like when people say, "Oh, do you like shellfish?" You're referring to like clams, lobsters, and crabs and whatnot. And I don't know. English is weird. Let's just move along from English. The question is, I guess now whenever we ask questions about English, do we even know the words? You know what I mean? Do we even know or use the words anymore? Tori niku is fun. No idea. No idea that was how it worked. Alright, now I gotta get back. I'm hungry. I'm very hungry now. Thanks. Thanks, people. All your fault. And then there's also Tori Nikui, which is something else entirely. Oh, yeah. You're welcome. I'm making stew. Ah. Apparently, a gyuniku works for beef too. Yeah, gyuniku probably works for beef. Putaniku, putaniku works for pork as well. And then we jump to seafood. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Calm down, folks. Don't get crazy. I know. I used the katakana word. Everyone riot. If there's anything Duolingo exposes you to is how to say food, lots and lots of food, whether you know the kanji or not. What the heck is that? What is that? Oh, wait. Oh, san Sho Niku. What the heck is Sancho Niku? It's the Japanese giant salamander. Oh, amazing. Thanks, Lotus. I needed to know that. I'm gonna show you an Sancho. Oh, I did? Wait, did I? Wait, what do you mean by I did? I hope they put one in Shashingo. A giant salamander. You know, I need a Google image of whatever this. Hold on. Giant salamander. Oh, those things. And these things. Actually, it's kind of a Chinese thing. I would argue it's probably a Chinese thing before it's a Japanese thing, but they're both. I've seen these more from Chinese cooks, but interesting. Or like my this is like personal bias because my parents, you know, were cooks, Chinese cooks. So, okay. All right, moving right along. Garamanda-san. Ikuzo. So, okay. All right. That's enough katakana from everyone. Cease and desist. Onegaishimasu. I feel Lotus thinking through the computer. You need to stop, Lotus. Just turn your brain off. Stop trying to one up yourself. You gotta stop. Cease. I have enough enrichment for today. Time to cancel culture. You just told me to. All right, Lotus. Hopefully your day is going well. You Joel. I'm curious if anyone has eaten giant salamander before. I haven't. MAKU. And by eaten, I mean here. Anyone here has eaten giant salamander before? Sounds kind of slimy. Semi. Semi. Say Nikten. Iru. Shinsen. Anasu. Okay. Super. Agasu. Arupaito. Arupaito. Oh. You know. Hold. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Banana. Ringo. Mikan. Kudamono. Juksuru. Sekai. Yawarakai. Oh, that's so lean. That's fine. Ugh. Shaki. Am I... How do we... Okay. Alright. Let's do this one last time. And we're good to go. What did I struggle with? Right. Okay. Ninjin. Yes, I... Oh, which, by the way, thanks to Twitch, right? They finally added auto modding to detect in their smart detection. It detects the bots now. So whenever I look to the right, if nothing shows up in the Twitch chat, it's because the auto mod picked up on the daily bot of the day. So we've already gotten 2 bots today. It's a 2 bot day. Now you don't get to witness me you know, taking out the bots each day. You know, kinda miss it. Yeah, no more banhammer. The smart detection caught on. Don't I want followers and viewers? I don't know. There's something about not wanting cheap viewers or the best viewers. Cheap, yeah. Indeed. Indeed. Ankle techie. Not me watching from 3 devices at once because I'm walking to another room. Wow, you sound very techie. Techie Blair. That's kind of a weird flex for a you know, for peep. Imagine like walking through the rooms like, yeah, you know, I can't break away from a stream, and you just have like all your devices synced up. Mostly just your desktop and phone, but sometimes your laptop. Oh, okay. And hold it. Side by Suru, save me. I am constantly stuck on Saibai Suru, I swear, man. Son of a... Wait. It's fine. Okay. Look, if you could afford a Vision Pro, then I could watch with that. Wow. Dang. Yeah, I really need to start paying attention. Like, I should not be getting stuck on these right now. No. Yes. Icon. Alright. Still, I'm getting stuck on the same ones. Ah. Mm. Come on. Okay. Wadu. Udedu. Udedu. Marui. Nami Marui. Marui. Okashi. Okashi. Amai. Oishii. Makeru. But toilet. Okay. Paper. Yawarakai. Waru. Mawaru. Mauri. Marui. 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 Imagine spitting in toilet paper. Sakura. Sakura. Saku. Kirei. Hanani. Inu. Fua fua. Naderu. Oh. Udo. Stomach growl. Oh. Oh, dude. Okay. Eat pie. Fill her up. MAKU. At night. Okay. So that's fine. But which ones am I having trouble? It's definitely sci-fi student forever. So sci-fi. And daikon. Daikon. Why do it find right? Okay. You did it. Alright. That's good enough for today. We get a rest day for tomorrow. And I'll probably forget the 3 that I just mentioned because they're weak. And it'll be okay as days go on. I'm gonna try to time it so that the days, like the new like rotation day, I don't stack another thing on top of it. So we'll take a staggered start. Day 2 and day 3s are pretty smooth because we don't have to review everything again. All right, that's a wrap for Shashingo today. We get a leap day tomorrow. Maybe play Corpseman a little bit longer, you know, a little bit longer. Oh wait, maybe not, because tomorrow is new vocab day for duo. And usually they go longer. All right. Anyways, we're gonna switch gears.